Hello, this is Survival-gyver, and today I'm going to be discussing this. It's not a review like a lot of my other ones. This is the actual first aid kit that I keep in my car. All year round I keep a fire extinguisher, a first aid kit, basic emergency kit. So I have like jumper cables, fuses, some basic tools. But somebody brought this up to me in one of my other videos. I believe it was for this, the I Protect 600. I think that's what number is it? It's the light that I normally use. It's supposed to be a headlamp, but it has a good clip on it. Works well with Molly. This pack is made by MyMedic. This is not a complete MyMedic package. The bag is definitely MyMedic, and a lot of the products on the inside are MyMedic because I like their stuff. Purchased myself, and I added some extra things in it, and I'm going to show you every single item in here. So this stays in the car. The only reason it's out today is because there's some pieces that I need to refill, which I usually do like once a month. I am accident prone for the most part. So this is what we got. So I'm going to start off on the outside here. I got this, which is the I Protect headlamp, but I just have it on the clip. Works out really well, nice and bright. I already did a review on this once already, so it's already there. This knife here is actually really nice. This is the Aid, is the brand. This is the Tanu Dive and Rescue knife. So it's got a sharp, smooth end. It's got a serrated end, like a cordage cutter. Nice rubberized grip. It's actually made for, obviously, boating and diving and things of that nature. It's got a blunt end on it to prevent you from stabbing yourself, and from, if you have like an inflatable raft, prevent you from doing damage that way. It has a lanyard, and it's, although, really good at breaking windows. I know it's round, but it's really good at breaking windows. So there's that. It actually sits on this clip here. So it's got its own little locking mechanism, which is actually nice. You're supposed to put this on regular strapping, like for a life vest, but it actually works out well on this as well. Put that back in here before you damage something. On the outside here, I also have a climbing carabiner. And when I say climbing, I literally mean climbing. It is a real carabiner. See if I can get the ratings on the side here for you. So it'll take some abuse. I also keep a set of earplugs. These are Eargasm earplugs. They actually work out really well for me. And there's an emergency whistle. And there's a pen on the front here. This will write on just about everything. It is a gel pen. It actually takes a very long time to get the ink off your hands or on top of somebody's forehead or whatever is necessary, because there is a tourniquet in here as well. So I'm going to open this up. Unfortunately, as far as I know, MyMedic does not make this pack anymore. This is an awesome pack. I love it. But they upgraded the design to a design I'm not a big fan of. So, and this is huge. So I'm going to open this up. Yeah, there's a lot in here. I'm going to turn this sideways, and I'm going to go through each and every section. I'm going to pull everything out so you all can see what's going on in here. I'm going to go from here to here and then to these. Let me move these over because I'm going to need the room. So starting at the top, this is the MyMedic Gauze Mod. It's got some contents in here, 2x2, 4x4 gauze pads and gauze rolls. You will notice that a lot of my stuff are in bags. Ziploc bags, resealable bags. I do that to keep things organized. This is how I do things anyway. They're easy enough. If I really need them in a hurry, you can just rip the tops right off. They're cheap, so that works out pretty well. So next thing I have is I have 5x9 surgical dressings. There's 2 of them here. These are great for absorbing all sorts of fluids, not just biological fluids, but say oil or gas or syrup, all sorts of things. Sometimes it's good to have something that's really absorbent in your kit. Next, we have burn shield dressings. These are 4x4s. There are 3 of them in this bag. We got another gauze type. We have here, we got woven gauze sponges. 4x4, just one of them. It's something I have to refill because I normally keep more than that in there. And that's it for the first packet, which is quite deep. Next pocket is an assortment of Band-Aids. It's a mix of MyMedic 1x3s and 2x4s. And the Curate Extremes. These are the extra long bandages. They're like 7 inches long. So one side is about 1 inch long. It's got a like a gauze pad on the inside that has just like a triple antibiotic ointment, and then another 6 inches that you can wrap around something. So it's easier for wrapping around large items like hands, feet, elbows, things of that nature. There's some other Band-Aid brand ones in there as well, which are usually knuckle bandages and fingertip bandages. There is another kind of fingertip bandage, which I do not have in the kit. I need to fill them up because I go through a lot of them, which are MyMedics. They're like H-shaped. H, like the letter H. They're really, really awesome. Next up, I have a blister pack. So we got like the Compeed, the hydrocolloidal bandages. These are the CVS brand ones. Really good for blisters. I get a lot of them. I do a lot of walking. There's some MyMedic parts in here as well, and there's Super Skin, which is kind of like a heavy-duty moleskin kind of product. So good stuff there. And these are Burn Shield hydrogel dressing. There's about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's either 10 or 12 in here. I always keep a lot. I do tend to burn myself a lot on engine components, whether I'm at work or working on somebody else's vehicle on the side of the road. So it's always good to have. And then there's just a couple of cotton applicators. Some people call them Q-tips. These are cheap ones. Really good if you need to just put a small amount of a cream, like a hydrocortisone cream or a triple antibiotic ointment, in a place that might be difficult to reach otherwise. All right, so that's for that one. Next we have tourniquet, quick and easy, and cloth medical tape. Never have enough of that. The next one is where things get really fun. So this is the triple antibiotic ointment by MyMedic. Always keep plenty of that in stock. There's actually in 2 different places, but 2 different brands. I keep one by a set of like my topicals, which are in this bag over here, but I do keep some right up front. It's always good to have extra. We have MyMedic Instant Cold Pack. And we have 2 MyMedic chest seals for puncture wounds, whether it be for stabbings or shootings. I do work in a not so great area. Well, I'd rather have them, not need them, and then need them, not have them. So I always keep 2 chest seals in here. In this packet we have ammonium tallets. This is kind of like the little capsule used to break in order for people to inhale to like wake them up. On the back there's alcohol pads, and the green thing on the back is a iodine prep pads. There's a quick and easy way to keep them separate. This is excuse me, Dynalube. This is a white petroleum jelly. There's 2 here, and there's 2 more in the topical section. These are specific for these. These are the nasopharyngeal, I can never say that word, airway tubes. These are for people that have some kind of airway obstruction or need to get air some other way. These go in the nose, and it's highly recommended that you use lube because you can have problems otherwise. So I have one for child and a larger one for adult. It's something you don't see in most people's kits. And that's all that's in that one. Next section. Trying to keep the shadow out of here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of nitrile gloves. 3 of them are MyMedic. 2 of them are, I cannot think of the brand off the top of my head, but I have cases of individually packed ones like this by the same company. Cured, I think. So we got them. Now we're being too safe. This is MyMedic Super Sanitizer and the Super Hand Wipes. So, that's always good to have. Sanitizing our products, especially some of the later tools, your own hands, especially before or after gloves. Very important. And of course, survival rescue blanket. This is just a Mylar blanket. There's actually 2 of them in here. This one is by Dynarex, and then there's another one in here that's for MyMedic elsewhere in the kit. I always like to have extra. So on the bottom section, we have, it's more of a utilitarian section. We have 2 glow sticks. These are MyMedic glow sticks. Really any glow sticks, but they always help out when you need it. This is, if I can get it out, really hard to do with one hand because the Velcro is getting stuck to the webbing. This is a MyMedic brand. I think it's 20 feet of 550 paracord. So, never know. Next one here. This big module, also MyMedic. So you have a splint, some like athletic tape, elastic tape, a triangular bandage, and safety pins. That's a nice little module of theirs. Next I have this one I got to replace too. This is Super Wash and Eye Wash. Works out really well. Kind of tell I've used it, so I'm going to put a brand new one in there. I'll leave this one at home. Next up we have a set of MyMedic shears. Never go home without them. We have 1, 2, 3 CPR shields. I am CPR certified. It's always good to have them, especially nowadays with everybody getting sick with COVID and the pandemics and whatever else is out there. It's always good to be safe, especially if you're trying to help somebody else and you get injured or sick because of trying to help people. You know, this is what you got. Next up is a much bigger splint. So we had that MyMedic, which was a finger splint. This is a much larger splint. So arms, wrist, feet, ankles, things of that nature. Here is the other space blanket by MyMedic. And this is another MyMedic product that I actually use quite a bit. I just put a big tube in here instead of small packets. I do have both available. This is their friction frosting. It's an anti-chafing cream for the most part. Smells pretty good. Super sticky. So when you're doing long hikes or you need to loop something up that's not going to go internal, works out really well. I've actually used this, not this tube specifically. I have another tube that's sitting in my garage for greasing hinges on the garage door. Works really well. Right. And that should be It's all that's on that section. So far, quite a bit. Now these two little wing panels are removable. They do have Velcro on the back. I could separate them. And I have these separated as tools for the most part, and topicals and medicine. So I'll start with the tools first, as I said I would. The very first thing up top is a MyMedic barf bag. Never actually had a use for it, but I'm sure it'll come up eventually, maybe a child or myself. Keep a scene clean. So I got that. Here's my splinter remover kit. I have a LED lit lighting tweezer. There's a big magnet on the side. It does obviously move away, getting like metal slivers out. There are two more tweezers in here. A magnifying glass. And those are Medi points. Another way of taking out splinters. Those were sterile specifically. Everything else I usually clean before use and after use. So best I can do on those. I don't have an autoclave, unfortunately. So actually I'll put the tools here. Make it easy for me to keep track of. Next setup. So we have thermometer. There is the covers for the thermometer. Another emergency whistle. You never have too many. And two pen lights. The one with the blue dots is like an incandescent bulb. The one with the black dots is a MyMedic LED. So the original one here, the blue dot one, is actually the one that I started with, probably back in 2014, working in an ambulance company. So it still works. It's not as bright as the MyMedic one, but it works. There it goes. The MyMedic one, I think, has a sleeve on it, so we'll let me do that at the moment. But it's significantly brighter. We have that. Anytime you need to check Perla or something else. Next is some more metal instruments. Forceps, another set of scissors, and some metal probes. So it's kind of like a basic surgical set in here, just in case. Hope to never need them. And they are clean. I made sure they were clean before I put them in, but they'd be cleaned again anyway later on. This is something that's actually on the outside of the bag. Looks like part of an old sticker. But again, hope to never need them. I'd rather have them if I do. And the last one in here is a scalpel. Move over here. So we got a scalpel blade, and some sutures. So that's that section. That's all empty. And now the last one, which is mostly medicine. There are two in here that are not in packages for some reason. This is my preferred brand of aspirin. This is what I normally take for headaches. That's really about it. I rarely take any kind of medicine, so that actually works out well for me. There's also antimicrobial hand wipe in here. Obviously that's not it. That's not all of it. There's plenty in here. I have those out for a reason. I don't remember why. Maybe those I just have to refill. This is Medialite, which is for electrolyte supplements. And there are some water tabs in the back. Aqua tabs are for water purification. You never know. You might be in a situation for a really long time and you need clean water. There you go. I know that's an oddity, but it's come in handy before. Also, if you check really carefully, it's a bag inside a bag. The aqua tabs are in their own bag, separate from everything else, so they don't get mixed up. Next, we have sting relief pads for those nasty little critters like mosquitoes and bees. Here's the other medicine bag. So there's the aspirin, Diamode for antidiarrheal. There's acetaminophen in here. There's ibuprofen in here. A whole bunch of generic kind of medication, like Benadryl and such. It works. Always have both aspirin and acetaminophen because some people are allergic to one or the other, so I always keep some in stock. Both types. Next, these are more topicals. Lip balm, hydrocortisone cream. Here's the other 2 packets of white petroleum grease, or not grease, lube. And there's sunscreen lotion in here as well. Again, you never know. And the last one in here, the second last one, MyMedic Super Strips and the liquid bandages. You can just keep them in the same thing so they're nice and easy to find. And last is the oral pain relief. I actually have a hard time finding these. Obviously don't need them very often. Just make sure the expiration date on them are still good. But every time I try to order them from one of my suppliers, they're always out. I always keep a couple extra just in case. So that's it. That is the entire first aid kit that I keep in my car. I'm going to finish stocking it up. So I'm going to finish stocking up. This is actually one of them. I just grabbed it real quick. This is the MyMedic Super Skin. These are the fingertip bandages. These are awesome. Last time I bought from them, which I think was like a month and a half ago, I probably bought 15 or 20 packs. But these are absolutely awesome. They stick to your finger really well. Kind of like put them over the end and then wrap them on both sides. I wish other brands had something like this. But to some extent I don't wish it either, because MyMedic is a great company. So I'll finish updating all of that. And that is it. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below, and I'll see what I can do. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.